Oi.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. I am Did you make that track?
I did, yeah.
I just had it saved as SLB anthem or something on my drive.
Yeah, I use it for the bumpers for just about everything I make. Yeah.
That sounds familiar. Well, piracy, right?
Piracy.
Yeah.
You all right?
I just woke up. I slept through
Thanks.
3 alarms. Like for me, I normally get up at 5 a.m. to be able to hit the time here. But damn, son, today I was up late last night doing some things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I was awake at 5, and I'm like, just another 15 minutes. And then you messaged me at 6:02, and my phone was on vibrate, so I didn't even hear it. I just happened to wake up at 6:05 WCW time, and
Yeah.
and here we are. But luckily, I set the stream for 6:15 today because I thought you would be late.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry to fuck that up for you.
No, it's good. It's all good. How's it going, Layozi?
It's all right. I actually kind of had a shit sleep myself. So I guess we're both going to be firing on all cylinders today, which is pretty good to know.
Oh, hell yeah. My name is Wolf Johnson. This is Layozi. This is the Stupid Loser Boys live, SLB live. What is Stupid Loser Boys? Some people ask. Well, it's well, how would you explain it?
It's a collective, isn't it? Or at least I don't know how many people are collected in it. It's just us two. But at points there have been many people that have sort of drifted through Stupid Loser Boys. It's just people that make stuff. It's just a umbrella under which we make stuff, I guess, or used to, and now are doing again, I guess.
Yeah.
It's been revived.
Yeah, because they started throwing the graphics in with no context on things. And I bet that's got to be weird for me to just start having things say Stupid Loser Boys on them.
I mean, in a way, it's intriguing. I think a lot of people are sort of crying out for things to be a bit mysterious and intriguing. So I think it's good, to be honest.
Was it that mysterious, or did people assume? Maybe they're like, finally, he's claimed his true title, his birthright.
I mean, there's two of us. So the fact Stupid Loser Boys is above like what we are. There's two of us here, Stupid Loser. I mean, I think it kind of contextually makes sense.
Yeah. You wanted to talk about today bringing back selling out. I think that's an intriguing concept. Do you want to lead us through this one?
I mean, I think it's a prescient fucking thing at this point in time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think over time, like when we were kids, right? Like way back, back hundreds of years ago when we were children, the idea of selling out, the idea of like taking the bag, as they call it these days, was like vilified. It was something that literally killed careers. If you were a sellout, then you were someone that was derided by people. You didn't fit in the culture because you were a suit. Like you became like a part of the machine. So selling out was this thing that people didn't do because they were scared of the impact it would have, especially if they were artists. Like you couldn't be an artist or a creator and also be beholden to corporate interests, because people saw that as a huge negative, a huge sort of dent on your credibility.
Yeah.
And we are now, what, 30 years removed, nearly 40 years removed from when that sort of movement began. And people celebrate people for accepting all the sponsorships and all the bags that they can. And it just seems like part of the reason that we're in such a sort of shit way as like a culture is because we're not willing to just call people up on their bullshit and like and say, listen, that sucks what you're doing. You're literally providing nothing and taking everything, and that's not good. That's not something I'm here for. And I just I want to navigate those two endpoints, you know what I mean? Like, I want to understand. I mean, I sort of understand, but I want to sort of conversate my way through this with you about how it started so good and we've gotten to this point now.
Yeah.
For a show.
Well, for this, I've just got a very important clip that I wanted to play here. That sort of details all of this.
Okay.
Ready?
Perfect.
I'll be right back.
The fact is, he's the sponsor. And you signed a contract guaranteeing him certain concessions, one of them being a spot on the show.
Well, that's where I see things just a little differently. Contract or no, I will not bow to any sponsor.
I'm sorry you feel that way, but basically it's the nature of the beast.
Maybe I'm wrong on this one, but for me, the beast doesn't include selling out. Garth, you know what I'm talking about, right?
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
I can't talk about it anymore. It's giving me a headache.
Here, take 2 of these.
Ah, new print. Little, yellow, different.
Look, you can stay here in the big leagues and play by the rules, or you can go back to the farm club and roar. It's your choice.
Yes, and it's the choice of a new generation.
There it is. Let's freeze on that frame for a second. Wayne, for everyone listening to the audio only version of this, Wayne, this clip was from Wayne's World 1. And the context of that is they had this show that people loved and it was big. It had a lot of soul, a lot of heart. And they took a deal from somebody, from a producer. And now they're trying to express how they are rebelling against selling out while being decked out in Reebok, advertising everything, eating a bag of Doritos, heavy product placement. We've frozen on Wayne holding a Pepsi up to the camera.
Smiling directly into the camera,
yeah. You know what's crazy? You're talking about selling out being something that we need now. Like, it's 2026. I would have thought like the counterculture against selling out would have only grown, but it's gone the other way. And why do you think that is?
Oh man, there's so many reasons. I think the sort of the base wall of like integrity has eroded to such a point that I think people don't even care if they have integrity anymore. Like you got people in like the highest positions of power who don't seem to really give a fuck about it. Or at least they create their own version of integrity that is a complete sort of manifestation and fictionalized version of their own principles that in fact goes completely against what integrity is, but because they're selling it in their own way, they've created their own version of integrity that is in a fantasy land that other people choose to participate in. So it's like this, there's no like unifying idea of how people should just, I don't know, have some principles. There's no unified idea of principles. It's just, you know, this guy over here is fucking selling crypto bullshit and then rug pulling everyone. And it's all right though, because he apologized and now he's still got millions of subscribers and no one really gives a shit. And in probably 2 or 3 months, he's going to do the same thing and still get away with it. Like, it's honestly, it's worrying. It's worrying because I can't see how it gets better when the standard keeps getting lower and lower and lower. I don't understand how it rises back up again. Because people, the way this works is people begin to just accept this as the norm. Like, this is just normal now. People just sell out now. That's just how it is. This guy in this Instagram post is selling me fucking BetterHelp, and you know, we've heard nothing but bad things about BetterHelp and the way that they actually treat people as psychologists, but we continue to sell these things and do these things and, you know, get these bags.
Yeah. I wonder if it has to do with everyone sort of starting out on a level playing field and the level of competition that exists. And what I mean by level playing field is with the advent of things like YouTube and Instagram, like people can go viral and recognize that. And everybody can do it. And so what are you going to do that makes you just one step ahead of everybody else? And it becomes more about the climb. Like you have YouTubers, right, who are I'm going to do a boxing thing, you know, but that's like a craft that people commit themselves to.
Yeah.
Right. Like they'll pretty much do anything. And you're entering this space where, in doing that, you're automatically going to get a lot more eyes if you have a YouTube following from everything. And then the opinion, the perception and understanding of that craft is going to change because those followers are going to look at you and default to be like, he's so good. Look at how good he is.
Yeah. I mean, that's just one facet of a number of things that have been sort of washed, sort of devalued, I guess. Everything, essentially everything is devalued at this point to the point that it's hard to work out what has any value anymore. Like everything is so sort of meaningless almost. Like nothing matters. Literally nothing matters. Like if you compare it to like the 90s when these kind of things came through, there was a structure in place that decided how things were. And the counterculture to that was this uprising of artists or creators or whoever who wanted to stick it to these motherfuckers who controlled the way everything worked and told you how to think and feel and dress and do all this kind of shit. And that was a genuine sort of rebellion in the way that people wanted to look at the world and absorb the world. And I mean, what you're saying about like the like homogenization of creation, like everyone just gets to do it now. Everyone gets to make their own movement and do whatever they want. And instead of having this like unified counterculture, there is like about 8,000 different tiny countercultures that are all competing with each other to have any sort of meaning in the world. And in order to compete with each other, they have to do the thing that the bigger fish sort of set the standard for. And that standard is to just do the least, say the most controversial thing that you can, and sell the most shit you can. Like that seems to be the three principles making it in that kind of circle. And it's, I don't know, it just sucks because we had something so good. We had something so good. Like, especially in the 90s when that was such a foundational part of everything that happened. Selling out was the worst thing you could do. And to be a part of the counterculture was the most important thing. And it gave you something to gravitate towards, gave you something to sort of believe in. Because you saw all these creators, like film had its creators, music had its creators, even like authors like Douglas Coupland, Generation X, right? Like he wrote an entire book on how a generation was wrestling with the idea of being the generation that that didn't know what to do with themselves or didn't know how to transform the world in their own image because they were living through what the boomers and stuff had already created for them. So it was a real sort of time of figuring it out and like just trying to sort of forge a new world.
Yeah. I feel like people even sell out the same way now. You know, like they sell out doing the same thing. And I think, is that algorithm? Is that, especially on YouTube, like if you want to succeed, there's like a way to do it.
Mm.
And so everybody does the same thing. And then if you don't do that, you get punished very heavily by the algorithm. It's reading every metric.
Mm-hmm.
And it just really makes things uninteresting, right? Like if I was going to, so I post reactions sometimes. And I try not to do it the same way other people do it. You know, like I'm not doing it in a way that's going to engage people right off the jump. That they're going to be like, oh, I need this Call of Duty call up, like feedback responses every 7 seconds. I'll sit in silence for like 2 minutes. I'll let the whole song play. Like for the first half of the video, I'm sitting there doing nothing, basically, just consuming it. And then I talk, and that's bad. That's a terrible thing to do for the algorithm. But I just have a reason why I do that and principles. And then I make my own creative decisions. And I just want, like, for me, selling out is still, like, making money isn't bad. I don't have a problem with that. But I do have a problem with eroding my own integrity. And surrendering those creative trademarks for the purpose of getting more people to look at me. I don't want you to look at me trying to be somebody else. It's weird.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely. And the fact is that as businesses, as big businesses just become infinitely more and more powerful, the limit to the amount of money they can give to people to just give up all of their sort of scruples, like their sort of integrity, it's never ending. Like you saw it with like the fucking, was it the Saudi fucking comedy festival? There are like people like fucking Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr that went to that fucking thing.
Yeah, but look what happened to their career.
I mean,
after they took the bag, right? I mean, they're set for a long time.
Yeah.
But nobody's fucking with them now.
I mean, well, I think time will tell on that. I think people will forget quite soon. And then when Dave Chappelle puts out another special, it's gonna do numbers again.
When you get a special out on Netflix or something, you have a built-in consumer base. Like I think at this point, and I'm sorry if you have Netflix or anybody has Netflix, I feel like owning a Netflix subscription is a consumer's way of selling out. Like I think you could sell out in every aspect of life. You know, like because everything, all of the products we have are exploiting us. Everything that we would interact with, there's like good entities that are not trying to drain you of your soul and every penny you make. And then there's Netflix or Adobe. Fuck. Like I think just choosing to engage with these when you have other options, if you have other options, is a sellout sort of mode of behavior.
But the thing that's especially shitty about those things is that they were at once good. So you sort of
they sold out.
Well, yeah. So you get onto these things when they're good, and then over time they become shit. But because you're so sort of entrenched in what they offer, it becomes so fucking hard to separate yourself. Specifically, like with Adobe, I know we've both been using like their products for our entire lives, essentially. And as much as I wish someone would rise up and make something equal, if not better, it's just not something I found. Like it's a bunch of things that are almost as good, but don't quite have everything in place that you need. So they still run the racket as far as like design software and shit is concerned. And they know it. So they exploit everything. They turn their product from a fucking you buy it once and then you've got it forever into a you pay us fucking 50, 60, 70 pounds a month to get this package, and you pay us that for the rest of your fucking life. And that's a service now. And it's,
matey.
it sucks. It sucks. So that's why I don't do that anymore. And I get it. I get it other ways, because fuck them. Because I could pay for it, but fuck them is how I feel about it. So.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you. There's a ton of great alternatives though. Anybody who's doing design, like the Affinity set, I don't know what they're doing, what kind of info they're taking from me, but you get it for free. And you get, what do you get? You get a raster editing software. You get like a design. So like InDesign. And then you get a vector editing software, and it's free.
Yeah.
And it's not bad for most use cases. It's pretty good.
Yeah. And the thing is, if you are getting into design now, well, A, I feel bad for you because we're all fucked. But B, like, B, you've got the options now. So you get to learn something from fresh that isn't Adobe. Like, that's something that's great. I can't unwire my brain to unlearn 20 years of Adobe.
I got to tell you,
and
I think that's where the majority of people will be going. People are already migrating in big numbers to these alternatives because we just can't afford it. It's not even that people can't afford it. It's the principle upon it. Like, not only does Adobe charge you huge amounts of money, I think unreasonable amounts of money to use their software, but they make it worse. They'll take features away. And they'll just make these dumb changes for some reason. Oh, we moved this option from this menu to the other one. Why? Yeah. It has not made it easier. Like, it's the same amount of interaction. Now we just have to unlearn and relearn what you're trying to do here. It's my vomit.
They obfuscate options to upsell stuff like AI features and shit like that, which have proven very unuseful to me.
You don't like that?
when I was paying for it, because I can't use
like
them
something
now.
You would love. Like, I remember you doing Photoshop with Airbud smoking a joint and a rainbow background.
That was all me though. That was all Natty. That wasn't fucking. that wasn't me asking AI to create fucking Airbud smoking a blunt and doing a slam dunk. That was That was from here, the fucking dome.
We need to get those graphics. We need to get your OG Photoshop works. That stuff was brilliant. You had some good stuff.
I think it's still on Flickr actually.
Flickr? Oh my! Flickr never sold out. Yo, follow me on Flickr.
It actually didn't sell out. Like I think they sold to like Yahoo, but Yahoo was, I mean, selling out to Yahoo was basically not selling out at all. Isn't it?
No, I don't think so. It's like signing to Sub Pop at this point.
Exactly. Yeah. They're the Sub Pop of search engines, so definitely.
You know, the most offensive case of selling out to me was when they let Virgil in the NWO. It's just like, what are we doing here?
Of all the things you could have done. It is funny though, you mentioned that, because again, it's another part of the culture where selling out existed. Like, it infiltrated every fucking aspect. It was sports, it was music, it was movies, it was any kind of fucking entertainment you could think of. Selling out was a core sort of value that was great fucking TV, because anyone selling out became like the villain of anything.
It's true. And we got to think about, even in that medium, we're talking about the NWO, the professional wrestling faction. And when that started, they were representing like counterculture, and it was extremely popular. And what happened when they started to what we would deem selling out? Their popularity waned, but the corporation was still milking that brand, trying to keep that going and keep selling T-shirts.
And it mirrored the storyline on screen, because they were inflating to such a degree that they became the man. They became the corporation. NWO were the people running the show at some point or another. and everyone else was like the fucking stragglers and stuff. So it was perfect. It was almost perfect storytelling because they were everything that they started out to sort of rebel against. They became
It's still
the
real to me,
assholes.
damn it.
So yeah, it was ideal sort of storytelling, to be fair. And yeah, it's hard to sort of pinpoint on the timeline when things actually started going to shit. I would say probably sometime in the mid 2010s, I would have thought. Because for a long time, like even like deep into the 2000s and early 2010s, there was still an impression like you shouldn't just take the bag for anything. You shouldn't just, cash the check because someone said sell this shit, fucking Raid Shadow Legends or whatever. Like you shouldn't just do that. But then it just became, I don't know, it just became the thing that you do. I guess I actually don't know like the specific pimp. I feel like it probably would be like 2015, 2016, like the whole political situation. You know what I mean?
Yes, I think it's influence. I think it's influencer culture. Sort of when everyone started seeing like, oh, I can get all this money by just being like a basic bitch.
Yeah.
And funneling down into something very specific. I think it's that where it became popular to be that. Like, oh, I get to do one of these Instagram ads where I say everything really fast. I wake up in the morning, I go make my coffee, and then I go to work, and then you got to try this thing. It's just the best thing. You're like,
yeah.
Everyone loves when they could do that shit. So it means that when you get to talk like that, it's like wearing a suit to McDonald's. Like, do you guys know that I do Instagram ads? Everyone wants to be like famous on some level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It seems that way. How people are acting. Like they won't get smacked.
And I think the most tragic part of it is that it's actually like a badge of honor to get sponsored and stuff now. Like it almost shows people that you've made it, that you're sponsored now. Whereas like in any sort of situation 10 or 20 years earlier, the badge of honor you had was the fact that you were fucking doing good shit and like making things people wanted and being popular on the merit of what you did. Like it wasn't the fact that you now fit the mold of somebody who could get the bag and sell shit to people. You know what I mean?
And like it sounds some people might hear that and be like, what's the big deal? People just want to get paid. Well, the main thing is that it devalues art for everything as well, but it also makes it harder for people because it oversaturates these areas. It makes it harder for those people who are doing something real to rise up. And so as we talk about, I'm curious, who do you think are some artists who today have not sold out, like off the top of your head?
In any medium.
Yeah. Sword fighting, like anything, right?
Well, it just so happens I've made a list of 5 sword fighters that I think are really pushing the culture forward. Well, I think in terms of like music and movies, there is a sort of bubbling under. Like, the Safdie brothers, they made Mighty Supreme and like Uncut Gems, stuff like that. High Times. I think they do pretty countercultural movies that have somehow infiltrated the mainstream just because they're so sort of intense and interesting. And that sort of, I think movies in a weird way have always had that. They've always been the medium that is willing to sort of take a step beyond, which is strange because we've had so many years of like Marvel movies and shit like that where they're literally the only fucking things you see at cinema.
Marvel is not cinema? Is that what you're saying?
Listen, I've enjoyed Marvel movies. I'm not here to tell you that you're a fucking idiot for enjoying them. But But that whole thing almost single-handedly sort of made the cinema sort of experience just fucking horrible, because it just made it sort of a place you go to watch massive budget movies. Whereas like it used to be you could go to the cinema and watch like, I don't know, like a fucking Kevin Smith movie or something like that would show on like a screen or two right beside whatever else that you got going on. And that sort of disappeared. And now there is like people that are actually trying to bring that kind of thing back. And I think that's good to see. Because
Yeah, well, I think like our generation, we were introduced to this sort of culture, and a lot of people in our generation fell into these traps. And I don't even know if it's traps. I don't think it's traps. I think the people who were artists and stand on conviction always stood on conviction. You know what I mean? I just think there's a lot of people who took an opportunity or took advantage of the opportunity to get the bag, to try and maybe set themselves up, whether they're looking for money or notoriety, just opportunities. But now Gen Z, like there's a huge pocket of Gen Z who's going the opposite direction. Like cannot stand anything having to do with the internet or the culture of the internet. They're going back to VHS tapes and DVDs, physical media, analog. They want something real. Yeah. And it's not exclusive to that generation. I think we all want something real, because when we see an artist who's on the come up and they're doing their own shit and they're not changing for the bag, they're getting the bag because they're not changing. Mm-hmm. And so I think there's still hope. I think sellouts will. I actually think selling out is kind of something that people, at least the younger generation, a niche of it, are well aware of. And I only think that's going to grow. You see that with like Kneecapped. You know, Kneecapped were big in the news for showing their support to Palestine, right?
Yeah.
We're on a list. We said Palestine. And people were big behind that because they're actively going against like what the machine is trying to impose. Mm-hmm. Then there's that loophole. It's like people see that and like, oh, I should do that too. And then even that message gets diluted sometimes.
Yeah.
You know,
performative.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't know. I do agree that I also see a lot of sort of the youth embrace a more analog future and sort of seem to rebel against the idea of all this bullshit. You especially see it with AI. I find like a lot of like the younger generation are sort of very anti-AI, which is good to see. It's almost anti-AI to the point that they're pointing out things that aren't AI. It's almost like an actual sort of Cold War sort of paranoia that we've got going on around AI now, where every sort of video we see, we're sort of scrutinizing it to wonder whether it's real or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of the younger generation are right there on the front lines, just trying to work out what part of the world is real and what part isn't. Which is an equally scary thing to behold for a future generation, you know, that you might not be able to actually understand what reality is anymore or what you're seeing.
I think it will drive people offline, to be honest, and seek out things in the real world. And I think that's going to happen in greater numbers than people expect. But I also understand like part of the demonic overseer's goal is to not worry about selling products to humans, but actually sell digital service to AI itself. That AI will be the consumers. And I guess that's sort of working because people are being like, fuck this. Let's go to the park and do some fencing. You know, like it's a weird time, man. I don't know. I long for the days of Scott Hall and Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan, just the three of them and their black beards.
Yeah. I mean, I do wonder how much of it is nostalgia and us just being old. But
Well, that's nostalgia to us, but is it nostalgia to these young kids doing it? It's not,
no,
because
it's not. No.
I remember hearing like Led Zeppelin for the first time, or Nirvana, which was a generation before us,
Yeah.
and being like, this is my shit. Like, this resonates with me.
Yeah.
So to them, it's not nostalgia. And I see occasionally like younger people being like, stop posting nostalgia core. Like, dude, you don't know what nostalgia is yet. It's not what it is. Okay. But it is interesting, like that the generation is sort of built around our generation, like our youth, in terms of what's popping.
Yeah. And I wonder if that's like the generation before sets the standard for the generation to come. Because like you said, we were into grunge, but that was a generation before us. Generation X basically was the bringer of grunge and stuff like that and counterculture.
Bringer of grunge.
But we as millennials have inherited that, and we see that as like a cool thing. As the counterculture is sick, and we want to be a part of it, and we want to listen to the songs and watch the movies and stuff. So I wonder, like, we must be setting the standard for the next generation. But then there's a generation even beyond that. So I wonder where that comes from.
So I think what's missing from Gen Z, I think, and has been swapped with something else, is like we had the influence for the previous generation, but we also had something new happening, which was the advent of the internet.
Yeah.
So that those experiences that were completely unique, like even our offline experience was an evolved version of what Generation X would have experienced, because the presence of the internet. So even without the internet directly interfacing with the internet, in that experience, our offline experience was shifted by the existence of the internet. But then we also had like an internet social life, like that became a thing.
Yeah.
That wasn't a thing before.
No.
Like MSN, AIM, ICQ.
Yeah.
I want them to bring back ICQ. I want like a number of like 20 digits for you to be able to talk to someone.
Yeah. And 90% of them were Russians. Yeah.
I don't care. They seem like nice guys to me.
What I remember of ICQ when I fucking tried that shit out of the 90s was every fucking person I tried to speak to was a Russian. They would always respond to me with like Cyrillic fucking alphabet sort of words, and I just be like, "What the fuck?" I mean, did you just hex me? I don't know what's going on here, man. Like,
it's some crazy math happening right
yeah. But yeah, we were basically the in-between generation. Like, we were the people that knew a world before phones and the internet, and we grew up with those things as they become a big part of the culture, and that made it exciting and made it interesting and made it sort of almost like the Wild West of creativity and culture and stuff, because there was no standardized version of this shit. People would just make stuff and we'd try it, and it would either fuck up. I'm like literally, right? I'm finishing a TikTok video on Bonzi Buddy. Do you remember Bonzi Buddy?
No, I don't think
the purple monkey. Do you not remember him?
I don't think we had that here.
It was everywhere. It was global.
Really?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Hang on. Let's see. How do you spell that?
Bonzi Buddy.
Bonzi Buddy.
Purple monkey. He was like Clippy, but he was a purple monkey. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Clip from Microsoft Office. Clippy.
Oh, Clippy.
The paperclip.
Bonzi Buddy. Okay, here we go. Oh, he's a 3D guy?
Purple monkey, yeah.
Let me pop this pussy open right here. Okay, here we go. Bonzi Buddy sings Daisy.
Okay, here goes. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer truth. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage, but you look sweet.
You know, he's
Up on
endearing.
the seat
Oh,
of a bicycle.
he got that Jay-Z
What
gift
do?
going. Oh, hell
One
yeah.
take, baby, one take. So, so Bonzi Buddy, right, was this like piece of software that kind of tried to do everything for you, tried to manage your calendar, your emails, all this kind of shit, right? And everyone just downloaded it because it was like, oh, fun, a monkey that can speak and shit. It's like a virtual assistant. It's like Clippy, but he does everything. So a lot of kids like myself were like, fucking sick. I want this thing on my thing so I can tell him to say stuff and say fart and like shit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it turned out that this piece of software was like a huge data mining tool that was like doing heinous shit in the background and just fucking up your
Dancing
computer.
monkey got you. Y'all got worked by a dancing monkey, son.
They Trojaned in with a fucking purple monkey.
Did they ever make Crippy?
Crippy. I mean, I wish. With his fucking bandana.
Yeah. I would like that.
Hey.
Snoop Dogg.
Hey, dog, you spelling shit.
Can we talk about desktop assistants and little desktop widgets back in the Windows 95, 98 days? I remember I went to my uncle's place and he's like, hey, check this out. You like computers? I don't know why he talks like that. Hey, every uncle talks like that.
He just like opens his coat and there's a computer inside. Take a look at this, kid.
And he had some like, it was like a GIF of a stripper just in the corner of the window. And he'd be like, what do you think of that? I'm like, I don't know.
Sick.
That's cool. But it didn't do anything.
No.
It's just like a loop, a short loop. And
Yeah.
to see the like why somebody would download that is, I don't know. It seems like a very specific demographic that would be like, and not even people who are necessarily like want to see naked women at that age. I would have loved to see naked women, but that just
Hell
seems
yeah.
pointless. Because you're the circumstance you would see that is so limited. You just have to be like
Staring at your
navigating
desktop.
desk. What's the point?
I mean, that is the fun part though, right? Is that at that time, such a novel fucking stupid thing was like, ah, cool, look what I can do. I can put a fucking dancing woman in the corner of the screen. And that was like something that people were like, ah, sick. There was an excitement about that. But obviously if you did that now, I'd just be like, who gives a fuck? Like that doesn't matter. Like, who gives a shit? What do you mean, Bonzi buddy? I've got a fucking iPhone. Like all of these things was so fucking novel back then and so interesting because it was such a new frontier. Like people could just put shit out and maybe it would just sit in the corner of your screen. Maybe it would harvest all the emails that you were sending through it. But one way or another, something interesting was happening between all of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
And
was your
now-
favorite novel thing?
Not so much. Oh my god. Oh, I got one. So I watched Halloween, you know, the original Halloween movie when I was like 11 or 12. Like my mum, she was like, "Hey, let's watch this," and I watched Halloween with her. And then I sort of got obsessed with Halloween, so I downloaded a Windows desktop theme for Halloween, Windows 98 desktop theme, and the cursor was a knife, and like. When you open the fucking computer up, it'd go like that, and like every like little noise that happened was like a scream or something.
Man, desktop themes are crazy, especially back then. I like the Windows 95 desktop themes. Well, 98 as well, but that's where they started to get 3D with the taskbar and stuff. I like that flat pixel shit. And you just have like this egregious colored taskbar. Like I think I judged people based on their taskbar colors.
Yeah.
You know? Like if you had
Like,
a brown one,
okay.
brown would
That's
only
bad.
work if you had a grass like background.
To offset it against, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like it's the dirt. I get it. I get what you're going for here.
Yeah. Did you ever get just fucking balls to the walls crazy and turn on high contrast mode?
Oh yeah,
That was
was
the real
like
shit.
I didn't have access to acid, but I could high contrast this.
Yeah, you turn on high contrast, you're feeling saucy that day, man. That's when
Yeah.
you want to prove to the world that you're out to do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sitting there with high contrast, doing your computer. Your mom walks in. What, mom? What?
I'm busy.
Oh man, yeah, and like the cursor icons. Like I don't know. I think Gen Z would be quite interested in these things. I wonder if there's things that we are aware of. Is it Gen Z or Gen Z? Yeah, this niche who's like very analog, back to wanting
But
it.
Gen Alpha is even beyond Gen Z now, right? So Gen Alpha is like even younger than them.
Yeah, but I don't think they're quite yet into that discover their own shit phase quite yet. I mean, they're doing their own stuff because what they're consuming is based on like, okay, I have a son, right? So Hendrix, he'll watch YouTube sometimes when he's here. And the things he chooses to watch, like are completely unhinged. Like it is the most batshit crazy stuff. To him, it's like kind of funny, but it like the closest analog I could think of is like a kid's version of Jackass. And I don't mean that there's violence, but that the amount of insane things happening that is normalized, like Skibbity Toilet.
Yeah. Yeah. Absurdity is a big thing with kids. Yeah.
Yeah, complete absurdity.
I wonder if that was the case even when we were kids.
Yeah, I think so.
Because crazy shit has always just been funny, right? Like things that just are complete fucking nutso off the wall have always been funny. Cornholio, like that was probably one of the funniest things in Beavis and Butthead. And that was just him with his shirt over his head going like this, fucking Cornholio, TP for my bunghole. It made no sense.
Yeah.
That's basically Skibbity Toilet for the early 90s, was him doing that.
Hang on, I got a 40-second clip.
I need TP for my bunghole.
Yeah, let's see. It's just absurd. And you're right, absurdity. We did have that. The kids' version is on crack, though, if I must say.
They're raising the stakes.
He's so beautiful. What are you guys going to name him?
Well, we've always liked the name Theo.
I am Cornholio. You will name your baby Bungholio. Is he an albino? Julio Bungholio. He will be an albino and a gringo.
Are you going to feed him with your boob? That would be cool.
You'll be an albino and a gringo.
And the gringo.
See, that's fucking nonsense. That makes no fucking sense. You're not watching that thinking, what's the context of this? You're just like, he said a fucking hilarious thing just then. Yeah. He's got his shirt over his fucking head. Yeah. Absurdity will never die, really. I think we're just locked in. I think we're just bringing it. And the thing is, I'm not even sure if absurdity existed before that point. I'm sure it did. Like the 80s had a lot of absurdity in it.
Look at the shoulder pads, man.
I'm just trying to think.
Like all of Prince.
But he was, that's the thing. These are serious things that are absurd in retrospect, right? It was just like angular fashion was somehow a weirdly fucking popular thing.
That's true.
But I'm trying to think like where this kind of came from, because I'm sure absurdity has always been like fucking Talking Heads were absurd. They're an absurd fucking band with absurd ideas and music videos and shit.
Devo. Yeah, I mean it's been around, but certainly there was a time where it was just like deeply frowned upon. And I think that's why it's like a generation would do things to break all of the expectations set before them.
Yeah. It's easier to just have something meaningless to sort of just point out and laugh. Because it's
to just enjoy something, to laugh.
Yeah, just for it to just
mock everything.
Just fucking stupid. Just to enjoy something stupid. Because like so much of the world doesn't make sense anymore anyway, probably to a lot of these kids. They're just like, what the fuck is going on out there? Like, what am I meant to drink in about what is happening? But if I see 6'7" on a fucking scoreboard, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind right now. And these kids love that shit. Fucking yeah,
6'7".
chicken jockey. Why not, right?
6'7". I took Hendrix to a kid's birthday, and the theme was 6'7".
How is that a theme?
I don't know. They just said when they sung Happy Birthday, they were all going like this the whole time. And anytime they see the number 6'7", like I'll be counting with Hendrix.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's do some counting. And then I'll be like, I'm going to count really quick. Or you count quick, then I'll count quick. We go up to like 200. And so I'll be like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'll be like, hey, don't be doing that, you know? And he gets right in my face, going like this. He's already fucking with the system, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's what these kids are doing. Like fucking, I mean, 6, 7. It literally is meaningless. It literally is meaningless. But they've ascribed meaning to it. God bless them.
Well, I asked Hendrix, like, what does that mean? Realizing I'm an old man now. And he's like, it doesn't mean anything. And that's why it's funny. Kid's 5 years old.
That is funny though. The fact that it doesn't mean anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cornholio, TP for my bunghole. That it means nothing, but he's funny when he says that shit. Like, shit's just funny. I think absurdity is like such an interesting thing because it's existed for such a long time. Like fucking Dali and like people like that way back in the 30s were making absurd fucking shit. They were just images of weird fucking things just to fuck with people. And it was like a really countercultural thing right the fuck back then. And we are here like almost 100 years removed from that sort of performance art and that sort of shit. And it's still the primary way that younger people engage with anything that brings them joy is to just laugh at something that is absolutely fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Meaningless.
I don't know. It is defiant in a way. Like Freddie Got Fingered. We talk about Freddie Got Fingered a lot. Freddie Got Fingered is becoming like our Gary Busey of this new era. You know?
It's the most underrated movie
and
of the early,
I remember
21st century.
I think so. I remember being so like annoyed when that movie came out because I went in and I was appreciating it for what it was. I thought it was hilarious because it made zero sense. But then the reviews, I think it is the reviews from that movie probably shifted my entire opinion on critics after that. Critics, what the fuck they're talking about? They're just out here trying to get a name. It becomes more about themselves. It becomes very Gonzo-esque. And so thanks, Tom Green, for making me.
Thank you, Tom Green.
Yeah, thank you, Tom Green. It's the name of this video.
I mean, that is again, it just sustains. Absurdity sustains. I could name you like 8 different jokes from fucking Freddie Got Fingered, and none of them mean anything in the context of the movie. It's fucking meaningless.
Okay, let's go.
Fucking,
8 jokes.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages? That's one. Fucking, I say Geneva, you hear Helsinki. Fucking a woman in a wheelchair that just gives blowjobs and that's it. And like that's their entire relationship is just that she gives blowjobs.
Well, and he smacks her with a like Singapore cane or something, right?
On the legs, yeah. She's like, I can't feel anything. Please hit me as hard as you can. Yeah. And then like he's constantly accusing his dad of fingering his brother, even though he never did that. It's just fucking nuts. Like the entire movie is fucking insane, man. He like fucking sucks on a cow's udder, doesn't he, at one point or another?
Yeah.
Like that.
He milks a horse cock. For no reason at all. There's zero context to that. He's just driving and he pulls over.
He sees one, sees a horse with a fucking boner. Is like, hell yeah. Again, means nothing in the context of the movie.
In the context of life.
But it's funny.
Yeah. Oh man, that's good stuff. Good
My
flick.
bum is on the fucking Swedish. Remember that?
To think about how big Tom Green was at the time is nuts.
Yeah.
He was on like the level of Eminem.
And the thing is, right? I watched a YouTube video on him recently. The thing they highlighted was that he was at the forefront of fucking everything. Like he was always first in line on all of this shit. And like I said, like last time we talked, he was the Dreamcast of fucking, comedians essentially. He basically invented like having a podcast. He basically invented having a live stream. He just kept like doing shit that was ahead of the curve.
Yeah, like, and he's very much like the prototype for like modern youth because he did everything. He was like a pro skateboarder.
Mm-hmm.
He was a rapper. Let's check a little clip from Organized Rhyme. Check the OR. Have you heard that one?
I have, yeah. It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, he's got skills. Like he's just vastly talented. I don't think he gets enough credit for how good he actually is, how creative he actually is.
Yeah, this is it, guys. Jane and Finch. The Dream War should be around here somewhere.
Yeah, great, but now we gotta get in and find him.
Check the OR, you like it so far? Check the OR, you like it so far? Check the OR, you like it so far? Check the OR, you love the OR. Here we go, ready to set it off.
From coast to coast, it's the most and it hits rough. Organized rhymes here to start it up. You got some trouble with your mouth, you better shut it up. Think twice before you act and try to tackle the funky stuff. I take your suckers out like meat on a shish kebab. And you don't know it, but your girl's doing kiss and rob. And you're the one who wants the
That's Tom Green in the hat.
So here's a bit of something new. Give me a
Not that guy.
salute and I'll give you my boots. Where you need to walk, playing the thespian.
That guy.
I got a
The red
ride
hat.
and you're just a pedestrian. I grab a horse and I jump like equestrian. I talk smooth like Lando Calrissian. Deal with the leader of the convoy. Make some noise for the boys as we rip loins. Move your joints into motion if you can keep up. If you can't, here's a hanky to clean your weep up. Poetics are dropped and no type of coincidence. Check the OR.
Check the OR, you like it so far? Check the OR, you like it so far? Check the OR, you like it so far? Check the OR, you love the OR. Check the OR, you like it so far? Check the OR, you like it so far? Check the OR, you like it so far? Check the OR, you love the OR.
Check the OR, you like
Here he
it
is.
so far. Smack your back and you deal with a deep scar. I will test you from the west of you. Now you know that I'm better than the best of you. I'll remove you quicker than a band-aid. Pay backstage and I'm gone like a renegade. And I don't delay, want the replay like Sinatra. Got you my way. I feel lonely, so I'll lay low. Never lonely, now that I clock dough. Flipping women over like a pancake. And I will make mistakes in a heartbreak. Receive honors, make your garners. Break the deuce like Jimmy Connors. I'm not a phony, preaching testimony. Send you down to the bank for the alimony. I make light of everyday establishment with content sticking like Pauly Dent. But I pay my dues. I lay more chicks than Mother Goose. Pass the OJ cause I got juice. Break the silence.
Like he's pretty good, especially if you're considering hip hop at that time. Like he's lyrical,
Yeah.
on par with other great rappers we see here. He's already signed.
Yeah.
At like what, 16, 17?
Yeah, he was a powerhouse, a creative powerhouse. And the foundational direction, the foundational fucking cornerstone, fucking, I don't know what you want to call it, baseline of everything he did was to counter culture, everything. He created a fucking talk show where he like every fucking night tried to destroy the fucking set. Like every fucking night he did that, just chipped away. By the end of the fucking series, like they ran out of budget to try and fix it back up. So he's just sat in rubble, like interviewing people.
And that made it better. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then Eric Andre, like 10, 20 years later, is doing that same bit and literally says, like, I literally stole your fucking bit and it made me famous. And it's the same for a lot of the shit that Tom Green did. Like, a lot of people have sort of jacked his shit, lovingly, I guess, and become very famous off of it. But he was right there at the fucking forefront of all of this.
yeah,
stuff.
you have like Jackass and CKY videos. Like their skits and things are very much like Tom Green.
Yeah.
things
And
that he was
that's
doing.
the thing. Like, I think the video I watched said that there were crew members from the Tom Green show who went on to make Jackass. So it was very much as cyclical thing, was that his influence just sort of bled into much bigger things around him, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, like he just doesn't get enough credit, man. Because like even everything was DIY with him.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. I remember watching one of his shows before it became a talk show.
Mm.
I think even before it was MTV, maybe it was at that point. But there's this skit he does because he would fuck with his parents all the time.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure Bam Margera took this concept
big time
from him.
Yeah.
He took his mom's car and got this like painting on the hood of the car of this woman being eaten out.
And his dad had to take that car to work and he couldn't. He had to get the bus instead.
It's a respectable job.
Yeah. And his parents never blew up at him. It was so fucking funny to watch his parents just sort of maudlin, like, oh my God, he's done something again, hasn't he? They never shouted at him or anything.
It was always perversion. Yeah.
You felt bad for them because they were so sort of like well-to-do, nice people.
Well, how he would play it is like he doesn't understand why you're mad. So he'd be like, "But mom, you don't like this painting? I did this for you." Or he had like a statue on their lawn that he made of
them fucking bent over. Yeah.
And he'd be so shocked and offended that his dad's taking it down. So
there was one where he pretended to be in a relationship with Monica Lewinsky, and he kept hyping up like a huge announcement to do with him and Monica Lewinsky. And he kept like going around town to like different news places saying, "On this date, we've got a huge announcement coming." And then when the huge announcement came, it was just like they're selling like a pair of scissors or something, like a branded pair of scissors or something. It was something really fucking innocuous that they were announcing. And he managed to rouse up all this fucking interest in this one fucking announcement because everyone thought they were going to get married or something like that. But no, just like some shitty product that no one wanted. Yeah.
I mean, he's operating on a different level of genius with that. Like, it might be absurd, but he's a genius in that realm.
I mean, I think there is genuinely genius in absurdity. Like, I think to unlock your brain in such a way that you're allowing these thoughts in, and you're allowing these sort of boundaries to be sort of pushed in a good way, by the way. Because a lot of people, like, nowadays, people push boundaries in a way that it's just like, why you do it like that? That just sucks. Every single kick streamer in the fucking world is this person that's just trying to push boundaries and be the biggest cunt in the world. And it's just like, no, that's not funny. Like, what was funny about that shit was that there was actual sort of like boundaries in place that he was pushing past that didn't like fuck people over. Like, the worst it got was that he just made his parents embarrassed. But he never made it like, fuck you, parents. It was like him sincerely being like, I did this for you. And then being like, why? Why did you do that?
Yeah, controversy, right? Like, there is something to that where people now, and this goes to selling out again, back to that. It's like people say controversial things because they know they're going to get the bang. You have to wonder how many of these talking heads or like political commentator is like they're grifting, basically.
Yeah, there's a bigger cell at the end of the pipeline. Yeah, that's
like,
all of them.
I was even thinking of like making a shop and just designing a bunch of MAGA t-shirts and selling them. You know,
maggot, like well, maggots on them.
No, MAGA.
Oh, MAGA. Okay. I mean, that's a move. I
don't know, shell company, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, who are you going to sell them to?
I don't know anybody personally, but just put it online. Make a couple little Instagram posts, like, look at my cool shirt. You fuck the libs. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You
And then
could do that.
I can use that money and then go pay for a studio time to do my like radical, fucking revolutionary type lyrics. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just make a t-shirt with Charlie Kirk's face on it. Yeah. Massive Charlie Kirk face.
I would do it in the same way that you did that George Bush picture where you had him wearing like a bunch of makeup. Gordon Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how we do it.
Yeah. I mean, I would do that. You could.
Your art was pretty counterculture. If we're gonna bring it like to us, your graphics, which I thought was really, that's what drew me in. Like at first, I noticed you were technically competent, and I was learning Photoshop. I'm like, I wonder how the fuck he did that. And then I would try to copy your art. Like redesign it so I could. That's how I learned Photoshop, was basically looking at what you did, and then trying to match everything up.
That's how I learned Photoshop. Fucking coming up on the circuits of graphics forums where you're making wrestling graphics. Do you remember that? It's just fucking pumping out wrestling graphics.
Wrestling graphics is what led me to you. I didn't know what PSDs were.
Yeah,
I didn't know what that was. So I'm just trying to make like a banner. You'd make these web banners, okay? For anybody who wasn't on a forum at the time, maybe you're a little bit outside of that realm. Web forums were like Reddit, basically. You post messages, but you'd have graphics, and your graphics were your identity. The cooler your graphics, the more respect you got.
Yeah,
a little bit. So I'm like throwing myself into these graphics competitions, having never used Photoshop. I think the first one I had was maybe like Corel Photo something. But I got Photoshop for some reason. I don't know why I had it, but I got it. CS.
Legitimately or illegally?
No. I didn't have money. But I had friends pirating things, and I think he traded me something for Photoshop. And I'm like, how do I do it? Key gen, punch it in here, you're off.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at what other people are making, and they're making these things where the wrestlers, like they're cut out from something.
Yeah, like a magazine, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know they were using files that somebody else had cut out. So I would take like a picture and I would draw with a lasso tool around and outline them, zoomed in like every pixel, boom, 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 and get the brush and like erase it a little bit.
Yeah.
And undo. I was doing it the hard way.
I mean, I did it that way as well, to be fair. Like
it just took so long. But then when it's because somebody's like, you're not using PSDs, because I won a few of the graphics competitions. And it was Fear the 316. That's the one that I won with Stone Cold Steve Austin. And so I searched for PSDs, and I found somehow your Wrestle Graphics page.
WrestleMedia.com, yeah.
Yeah. And their PSDs, wow, how much time I could save. All the graphics I could make. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, I came up the exact same way. ULED Photo Impact was the thing that I started on. ULED Photo Impact 7. It was a poor
7
Photoshop.
At that time?
Yeah, poor fucking version of Photoshop. But I think the first graphic I ever made was like, I think it might have been Backlash 2000 or something like that. I remember it being like a fucking Triple H. Obviously, you got to do the fucking Gaussian blur, and then like do the fucking soft light over the top of that with a different thing to make it sort of pop out and look very shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pop out shininess, that was a key feature. You were really good with strokes. Can you explain the benefit of a stroke? Like why you would do this stroke, and you'd layer the strokes. It wouldn't be just one.
It's because it makes it sort of more dynamic, I think. The same way, like you look at this window that we're sat in right now, and there's like that sort of dynamism because the background is contrasting our webcams. I think it just makes things look cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sort of mixed media almost, because you're sort of adding one thing to another thing. So it's sort of popping out of the image at the same time. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. So graphics. Wow. That's how we came up. How do we get on graphics? Tom Green, graphics. It's very schizophrenic how we bounce around here.
I mean, it is strangely all on some sort of point, though. We've been talking for like an hour and 11 minutes, and it's been mostly about the things that are relevant to the conversation, like things about selling out and about counterculture and about how like you just come up with these ideas just for the fuck of doing it. You know what I mean? That's probably how we ended up on the graphics thing. It's just the idea of creating things for the sake of creating things and exploring and experimenting and trying out different things, because it's like it's something that makes you grow as a person. I think
I remember
push.
It is important to push yourself and the boundaries outside of you, like push ideas, push against the walls. So we got on this because I said, even in your graphics, the things that you would choose to make for yourself, it seemed, were like counterculture and rebellion. And we're talking about Gordon Brown. So tell me about Gordon Brown. I wish we had Gordon Brown. Let me see. DesiRevo.tumblr. You still have it?
Wait, you wish that we had the graphic I made, or the person?
Yeah,
Gordon
the graphic.
Brown? Right. Okay, I was going to say. Because I made that graphic. It was just him like wearing like very, like, you know, when Marge gets shot with the makeup gun, Homer like makes the makeup gun. That's how I made Gordon Brown. And it was just because he was in power at the time and he was a bit of a fucking idiot, and I wanted to rebel against that. So I made a stupid picture of him that looked like a psycho's fucking cutout of like a Gordon Brown. Made him look like fucking, who's that little girl from the early 1930s who had the curly hair?
Yeah. I don't remember her name. I know who you mean. She's like the Animal Crackers girl.
Yeah, maybe.
Is that later?
But I wanted to make him look like her, essentially.
Animal Crackers. No, it's not Animal. Yeah, Animal Crackers girl. We're going to pop in this. Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple.
That's it.
Yeah, I wanted him to look like Shirley Temple.
He was very beautiful.
Yeah. Gordon Brown. Brown Gordon, as I think I labeled that. Yeah.
Brown Gordon. Yeah. Well played. So even in graphics, we rebelled. Have you seen, do you know who the Skinner Brothers are? Did we watch any videos of Skinner Brothers?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's a guy with a mask. So these guys are from the UK. These guys are like deeply DIY.
Oh, yeah. I think you showed me this. Yeah. Pie and mash.
Yeah. Let's watch some pie and mash here, because I want to get your take on it. Yeah? Okay. All right. Let me fire this up.
Valoria LaRue in the chats. Pipe
Yo, what up?
Shirley Temple. Thank you.
Shirley Temple, Valoria LaRue in the set. Do you mind if we watch some Skinner Brothers Valoria? I want to get Layozi's take on here. We don't manage our own destiny. All right. Y'all ready for this?
Y'all ready for this? Definitely. Iconic UK bicycle, that.
I said, know your fucking place from me. I'm a lion in a sheepskin, see. Up in hell and back, you know that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's boom. I've been lower than a man should go. Been higher than a Grateful Dead. I'm a chill guy, but don't test me. Yeah, I'm a chill guy till you get boom. When we come around, don't suffer fools gladly, I don't do clients. They say we sound like London time. Double with that rude boy, on my way. Higher mash, push on my lighter. Everyday soldier, man, not any fighter. Pull it back, I got the big boy sniper. decide to go tomorrow.
Fucking what? You certainly didn't think you were going to live forever. And Roger Daltrey says, I've got to die before I get old. Well, you know, I'm going to die, so fuck it. Might as well enjoy myself while I'm fucking here.
They try to tell me things about me, but nobody don't really know me. Them fucking rats see me breaking out the mold. Only way to start me is a bullet to the soul. I've been lower than a man should go, been higher than a Grateful Dead.
Yeah, we put about 800 hits of acid in that frosting.
When we come over, don't suffer fools gladly, I don't do clans. They say we sound like London town. Double with that rude boy on my way. Higher mash, push on my lighter. Everyday soldier, man, not any fighter. Pull it back and get the big boy sniper. This our way of life, something that we didn't decide. I go tomorrow.
Certainly didn't think you were going to live forever. You certainly didn't think you were going to live forever.
When we come over, don't suffer fools gladly, I don't do clans. They say we sound like London town. Double with that rude boy on my way. Higher mash, push up my lighter. Everyday soldier, man, not any fighter. Pull it back and get the big boy sniper. It's our way of life, something that we didn't decide. I go
so fuck it. Might as well enjoy myself while I'm fucking here.
I love that soundbite.
Might as well enjoy ourselves while I'm here.
I'm gonna fucking die anyway. I might as well enjoy myself. Yeah, that's really good. I like that a lot. It's got like every good thing about British music combined into one.
Yeah. Tell me
everything. I mean, it's sort of like ska-ish, and it's sort of like grime-ish, and it's sort of like the streets-ish, and it's like got everything just sort of, it's got that 2000s indie fucking rock-ish sort of vibe to it as well. Yeah, it's got everything. That's really
Do you
good.
find, the part where he's like, boy and mash, push up the lighter? Does that sound like, is that like a reggae influence?
Yeah,
'Cause to me,
definitely.
it sounds like that patois. Like if you, I can overlay like a reggae guy.
I mean, it is that sort of like ska, British ska, sort of fucking straight from the underground sort of sound, that shit. I think it is very much inspired by that, but it is really good. Like,
Yeah.
I like that. When did this come out?
Yesterday or 2 days ago, depending on.
Pie
where
and
you're
Mash
located.
came out 16 hours ago. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, they do a good job at fusing all of that in a way that doesn't sound shoehorned. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, when they are borrowing something, it almost feels like, okay, now's the time where we do this part.
Yeah.
Now's the time when we do the ska thing. But this just, it's all mixed in a way that seems like an organic language, like a melting pot, basically.
They've borrowed the influences and mixed them perfectly. Yeah, all the ingredients are there. I really like that. Did you ever listen to, is it Medulla?
I think so. Not enough to know off the top of my head, but the name, you showed me them, or her, or him.
Yeah.
Clearly.
They are a band. Yeah. I need to remember how you spell their fucking name.
Medulla.
Oh, wait, yeah. MRMEDULLA. Maruja. Maruja is what, not Majula. My bad. Like, since we're exchanging things, let's see if I can find a decent
little track to pop on this bad boy. Did you know they're from the UK, Skinner Brothers? Danielle just wants you to know. Pie and mash.
It's somewhat clear to me that they are from the UK.
What is pie and mash? What is that?
It's like a proper Cockney kind of fucking dish. That is like you go to the pie and mash shop.
Is it a pie and mash shop?
Yeah, there's quite a few of them in London. Yeah, you go eat some pie and mash.
What is pie? Like, I know what pie is as a concept, but regarding this,
pie is like a pot pie. You have pot pies over there, right?
Oh yeah, okay. I was wondering if it's like apple pie in mash,
like pastry pie, but it's got like meats or fishes in or something like that. Yeah,
I like
gravy on the top.
Carbs on carbs on carbs, yo. Danielle says. Danielle knows.
It's great.
Danielle's down with it. She's number one OG. You want to check out this song?
Yeah.
Look Down on Us. Okay. I like when people do that.
I mean, it happens rarely to me, to be fair. Oh, wait. This is like 10 minutes long. You can play like a couple of minutes. You'll get the idea. Should I
start it now? Where should I start it?
Yeah, start from the start, yeah.
Okay.
Same old toxic fables, nameless empty cradles, defined by half-ass labels, faithless. They wreak in selfish favors. I teach what I am able and seek more than I'm told to. We are self-fulfilling prophecies. The I too get with it. See the burning in your eyes. That's the type of life I'm living. Overcautious, pride and waste. They're full of fucking horseshit on the forklift, smiling hard like the proud of their extortion. I go hard, I got no honor, got no grace. This genocide abundant. We all just turned away and sold for a bargain. Lap it up like dogs, hear them barking. The cunning isn't so you're a target. They look down on us. Look down on us. Look down on us. They look down. Look down on us. They look down on us. Look. They take the food out our hands. How much more until we starve? Depleted our community. The truth is always hard. Swallow pills, knock 'em back. To manage our emotions, corporations profit hard. They cackle like some vultures picking bones through their teeth. Caught between the meat, see the blood dripping down to the clothes on their feet. Self-deceiving on a bleeding. There's a liar in the devil. Through the smoke, the fire breathing, leave you nothing but disheveled. What? The red paws, bludgeoning in the truth. Tepid and it's flaky, evidence and proof. Politicians snaky, stuck inside a loop. When it's money over minds, there will never be a truth. They look down on us.
That is so good. That's what I want to do. That's the music I want to make. Like that is it's everything. It's got hip hop, it's got hardcore, it's got like the avant-garde element with the saxophone. Like that.
And
that
it's
chorus.
so frenetic as well. I love the frenetic way of it. Yeah.
Super like that's all I'm doing for now on. I just want to make that. It's poetry, some rapping.
Yeah, man. I tried to get you on that months ago. I don't. I was like, you're gonna fucking love this.
I'm pretty sure I listened to it, but I might have been driving or something. But seeing the video and like being engaged with it, this is my favorite band. Off this one song, fuck it. That's like everything that I love.
I mean, I think they've got an entire album, so you're gonna fucking love it. Yeah,
more than this song.
Power.
So I can listen to. I would just listen to this on loop all day.
I mean, you could if you wanted to. Yeah.
I can't. I have to. I gotta work. I'm not allowed to listen to that at the office.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So that's good. Okay. What about your music? What are you making some music? You got nudity going on, or like OnlyFans? I mean.
How's that associated with music? You know, you usually make music when you're nude, right? So
that's the dream.
What kind of thing you got going on? I mean, I haven't really been inspired to make music, to be honest, recently. I just don't know what to make. I've been sort of a creative hole in a lot of ways.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, I need to make my creative whole other people's problems is what I need to do.
Yeah.
Show them my creative whole. But no, like it's been tough. Like that's why this TikTok video that I'm finishing up is like the first thing I've made in ages because it's
Yes,
like
dude.
the first thing that I've been inspired to actually do. But a lot of like actual like artistic shit, like making music, is just something that I've been struggling with. You know,
Can you just make that beat, but a little bit different?
I just asked ChatGPT to remake that for me. Yeah.
Yeah, beat ChatGPT.
Look what I made.
You know what? That's like comes down to the creative experience. Like at my job, I do so many different things, but I'm the one who knows how to do Photoshop and stuff. So anytime it comes to design, he'll be like, "Can you design this and add like every element in the world? Just do this. Can't you just do this?" Okay. And I'll do it, but they're asking so many things. It ends up looking like something out of like 2010 absurdity, like just like everything in there, like a montage. You know, it looks like something we would have made as a joke. So I do it, being like, "Here's what you asked for."
Yeah.
No, this looks absurd. You're asking me to do something absurd.
I mean, that is the fucking artist's fucking struggle. Is exactly that. Is that someone asks you to do a thing, and you're like, we shouldn't do that, and they're like, "No, I want you to do it," and then you do it, and they're like, "Why does it look that bad?" Because you fucking asked me to do it like that.
Well, that is the struggle because it reflects badly on me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, why did you do it like that? Because you fucking asked me to do it like that. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you gave me too many prompts, babe.
Yeah.
Like, just
I told you.
Just be like, "I need a brochure." Okay, I'll do that. But don't tell me you need this and you need me to do it like this. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is fucking crazy for sure. And that is the struggle. That's part of what makes like this is fucking going off to a completely different fucking thing, but that's part of what makes a good designer now. Like, because anyone can have the tools, anyone can make these things now. But what you need is a person who literally can translate what people say or convey to them how a certain thing works or how a certain thing doesn't work, and say to them, "Listen, like, you've given me what you think this should be, and let me like put that through a filter, a design filter, and out the other end is how I think this can work with what I do." And that's how a good designer is made in 2026.
Yeah.
It's not just going up to someone and saying, "I want this," and them going, "Okay," and then just like fucking struggle coring their way through everything they're fucking doing. It's someone like cutting out that whole middleman and saying, "Listen, I've heard what you want, and here's how it could be."
Yeah.
And should be, really. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I was working previously at the same company with this guy he's from like Gen X, Gen X generation. And he would come at me like, "Do it like this, like this." And I would do that. I'd be like, "No, here's what you need." And he'd look at it and be like, "No, like, use this color green." And like my theory is just like, "No, oh, this is wrong." But you know, that's what he wanted. And then he'd land on it. He'd be like, "That's perfect." So, and you just know, like, everyone else is looking like this is garbage.
Yeah.
And I should have pushed back a little bit harder. There's been so many times when I'm doing something and I'm like, "Layozi, I need to send this to Layozi and be like, what the fuck do I do with this?" You know, because your design portfolio is quite impressive. And I would say everything that you've done has been within your signature style, at least that I've seen. You know,
okay.
And I think that's impressive. Like, we're going to whip back to the Desi Revo stuff. Like, your stuff was so bold and like the typography was incredible. It was so much a step ahead of everyone else in their like design language, because it felt like it was doing something like it was evolving things, but also in a way that had like a brashness to it. Like, you would put words like too big for the screen, and you know what I mean? Like, it was very it was very contemporary, but also in some ways avant-garde, very punk rock.
I mean, thank you for gassing me up so much. I really needed that.
I'm just saying, like, it was actually a huge influence on me in terms of visuals.
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. And yeah, like my design philosophy has always been, why go halfway when you can go all the way? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of sort of situations where people will be like, I've made it a little bit out there. I think I'll just leave it there. Do you know what I mean? Like, and for me, it's like, why? Why don't I just put both my balls in this fucking thing instead of just the pubic hair of one? Like, I just need to fucking throw it all in.
The pubic hair of one.
Let's just chuck it all in there, man. Like, fuck it.
I definitely leaned into that. I do that even with like here, I'll show you some of my thumbnails on my page here. I wish I could crop in Zoom, but here we go.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely leaning into like, fuck. Let's just make it big. And I wanted,
Yeah, I like that. I like the use of the line. I think lines are really good against images.
Yeah. Well, I even see this a new guitar or corncob pipe. My whole thing is aerial, narrow, and justify, and then space things out way too far.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
I'm a big fan of that.
Spacing out is good.
I love to space out. Like, all this stuff, much of this is inspired by what I witnessed. This font, even
montage kind of shit.
Yeah. Or like overusing the word not. Or this reservoir grunge font.
Yeah, I love the flat fonts. Like, not very tall.
You love your fonts like you love your women?
I mean, I'm not going to say I've got an inspiration from somewhere, but,
Yeah. What's up, baby? Serif?
You look like an Akira expanded to me, girl.
Yeah, what's the turning on that?
Damn, that's some leading.
Fonts. But again, like, that's still like when I'm doing like what you said about going all the way with something.
Yeah.
You've never communicated that to me in words before. But that's what I've been doing. Like, that's how I feel. It's like, I'll do something and I'll be like, this is cool like this. I think people will like it. And I'll push it to a point where I'm like, I hope there's some people who don't like this. You know what I mean? Like, this is the concept that I want to do. And it looks better like this, but I like it like this. This feels right because it's communicating what I'm trying to communicate in that point.
Yeah.
Emphasis.
Maximal is how
maximalism.
I look at it.
Yeah.
Maximalism. Yeah. That's always been a draw for like everything. Any movie, any piece of music, any art, I just want it to be the most, I want the song to be blown out. I want the fucking image to be absolutely saturated and practically hurting my eyes. I want everything to just be full fucking volume,
Yeah. And speaking of, we were talking about selling out in your design thing. Like, how many jobs did you leave because you had to sell yourself out?
I mean, I've been freelance for a long time, and there's a reason for that, to be honest. I mean, I fundamentally have never been a very good sort of company person anyway. So that's sort of baseline. I probably, even if I was like shit, I'd probably still not be very good at being a part of a company. So I think it just sort of feeds into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you need that freedom. You need that voice.
But that's like the benefit of being a freelancer who does like short-term jobs as well, is that you can just sort of do the job and fuck off. Like, you don't. It got to a point with me where it doesn't even matter. Like, I'll give my expertise on things, but if people want me to make it shit, I'll make it shit, and then I'll go home.
Yeah, you're divested. You're divested from that, right?
Yeah. And the weird thing about that was that a lot of people that I worked with, like higher up than me, managers and stuff, would be like, that's an amazing skill. You're like, normally when we work with people, they're not like that. They want to really put their stamp on things. And I'm like, you're paying me either way, man. Like, I'll tell you how this can be good. But if you want to persist with the thing that you're doing, I will make that, and then I will leave. Like, it makes no difference to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like that. You got like that fuck you freedom. Right?
Fuck you freedom. That's a great term. Yeah.
Taken out of context.
We're all looking for that fuck you freedom. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Especially the fascists.
Absolutely. They live in a different kind of fuck you freedom. Yeah. But we're all chasing our own fuck you freedom. I
want to hear that song by who's that guy? Not Stevie Wonder. Louis Armstrong.
Which
sing
one?
Fuck You Freedom.
Yeah, man. Let's get Biggie to make a song about fuck you freedom. Yeah.
Oh, Biggie's becoming Gary Busey too. Gary Biggie. You know what we should do for the SLB, because we're kind of doing SLB whether people get it or not. We should create a series of graphics. We should do a graphics challenge where you and I we'll come up with a concept, like a graphic a day or something, and just start churning them out. We'll post them on the Facebook or the YouTube thing. And then at the end of it, we can go back and discuss all these things.
Yeah. What we should do is like use a random word generator. Whatever word it comes out with, we'll just build something around that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fun idea.
It'll be shit if it's just like but then I guess you can do anything with anything. So it'll just be like,
I think that makes it better because it could be bangers and mash and
mash.
Pie. Yeah. Is the rebellion, the defiance of the A and D. That's the absurdity. Is that the start of absurdity?
Yeah, violating language. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I want to ask you something before we dip, because we're running on almost 2 hours here. What do you think of the Southern vernacular, like Southern U.S., where when they're rapping, they replace the T with a K? So like, I'm gonna keep it straight. I'm gonna keep this straight.
Straight. Yeah. I've actually never noticed that. Is that a thing?
Yeah. It's not for all words, but a lot of words.
Okay.
You never notice
that's
that.
cool. I mean, the thing I love about hip hop, especially like American hip hop, is that it's fun to decode what people are talking about. That's always been the fascination with hip hop for me, is decoding what people are saying. So especially from Southern hip hop, it's like another fucking extension of that.
What I always loved about hip hop, on that note, is that everyone at some point had their own terminology, right? And then at some point, everyone started using the same vernacular, like the same slang.
Yeah,
and then it just, like, to me, that's biting from where I came from, like back in the day.
But now it's feeding into the algorithm that exists within
within ourselves,
is with the ears of the people.
Yeah,
essentially. Yeah.
Well, even the flows, right? Like, white rappers sound like white rappers. You hear a rapper, you'd be like, it's a white guy. Like, this is a good white rapper. Everyone's following that model of Eminem, or I don't know. Like, are there many black rappers who sound like Eminem?
I'd have to think about it. I mean, there probably is, but I'd have to think about it. I mean, I feel like a JID, he sounds a bit like Eminem. He's got a bit of an Eminem thing going on.
I feel like he's kind of like in his own space.
He absolutely is, yeah. But I think the cadence to the way that he raps and the way that he delivers his lines has definitely an Eminem sort of vibe to it, I think.
Which era Eminem? Like modern Eminem? Recovery Eminem? Post-recovery? or Slim Shady?
I think, yeah, probably post recovery actually, yeah, because he was slower, wasn't he? I think he became more of a performance rapper as he got older. Eminem,
Very
like the older,
technical.
yeah. Whereas like when he was younger, it was a lot more about the characters he was playing and like the absurdity of the things that he was saying. But it's almost like as he's gotten older, he's been trying to prove himself more, like, which is
Just
strange.
like endless
In reverse.
rhymes, right? Like
Yeah.
endless. Where
Rap
previously,
god shit.
yeah, previously it was a lot more like phrasing and about like the style, like the cadence, not even just of the syllables, but that negative space between was always a little bit different.
Yeah,
And,
and that's the Eminem that I like, is that character Eminem, not like the
heavy lyricist one.
Not just I'm fucking spewing out like 20 lyrics in 30 seconds for the sake of it, kind of, which is impressive, like technically, but I don't connect with that the same way that I do. Like, I'll shit on you, I'll spit on you, start pissing, and do the opposite on you. Like, when he says shit like that, I'm like, that's kind of fucking freaky.
we know
man.
Layozi's porn search history.
Hell yeah, man. I like to just listen to some real down and dirty D12 while I'm pumping one out. You know what I mean?
Well, there is something too that like the shorter verses, I think you're able to connect with that more because it's more natural to how people express. You know, like older rap, it's a lot more statements and a lot less like run on trains of streams of consciousness.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about 90s rap.
Yeah. I think it's easier to impress somebody by rapping really fast now than it is to impress somebody by being Slim Shady and saying like outrageous shit. You know?
Well, I think, and this kind of winds back to what we were talking about earlier, is like the advent of YouTube and Instagram has kind of put everybody on an equal playing field. And Eminem, by doing that, is separating himself. It's like he's saying, okay, you want to rap, like do this. And he's constantly setting himself ahead. It's like he won't allow himself to be second to anybody.
But it's also like just lacking the character that I think existed.
Yeah.
Way back then.
Well, I think now he's in the phase like where he just wants to be the best rapper.
Yeah.
In the technical sense. You know, he said what he has to say. And not that he's not saying things, like some of his verses do have impact, but it's always like the end of the line. Like that punch. Because the middle stuff is like, it's fancy, but it's always that punch. Where then after you have time to let the listener respond, here's a lesson for wrestling as well. You need time to sell. You know,
breathe.
You gotta sell the pop.
Yeah,
brother.
That is true, brother. Yeah, it is strange. I mean, LP is my favorite white rapper, so I don't even. I'm not even part of this conversation. You know?
No, LP is probably my favorite white rapper as well. Like his cadence is very jazz like because it's short statements, sort of like how Eminem used to do.
Yeah,
but it's stylistic.
Yeah,
like
he's a New Yorker.
Yeah,
he's got that growl to his voice.
I'm a New Yorkie and I walk with a hunch.
Exactly.
You know? like his rapping is kind of how you would express naturally. It's just really stylistic.
Yeah. And the cool thing about him was that he sold a narrative with every record that he made, which is why I'm so sad that he stopped making solo albums. Like I love Run the Jewels to death, but those sci-fi fucking soap operas that he made for albums were like fucking fascinating and so well produced, and they fed into this kind of character that he created in such an interesting way. And I'm sad that he doesn't do that anymore. Like it was so good what he was doing back then.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll see it again. He's been like, I want his sound back. Like what he did with Zach De La Roca, that digging for windows. Like that's cool. I like the fingerprint of a producer. Like even if he's working with other people, I just want to hear more of him
Yeah.
his presence, because the production language in itself is, I think, is really interesting when you then overlay his vocals, because like even if he's not on the song, by hearing his vocals, you kind of understand how his mind is working with rhythm
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like his voice is just another instrument, because I think he's a drummer, or his dad is a drummer or something like that.
I mean, it definitely comes through because there is a lot of bounce to his production. Like it's, you always hear it come through in a very resonant sort of way. He doesn't, he's another person who doesn't go halfway. He goes fucking full tilt on every sort of song that he produces. And as far as hip hop producers go, I feel like he is like right up there with the best of them, because he makes songs that bounce. They fucking go as hard as they can. And it's distinctive. And it's so rich as well. It's a very rich sound. Like it's layered in so many different interesting ways. It's not just like drums and a bass. He never does anything like small or streamlined. It's all just big sounds.
See, it's like that comes back to what we're talking about, like pushing something all the way. He pushes things all the way as well, in sounds that shouldn't work, distorting things in a way that shouldn't work. That run the jewels fast, run the jewels fast, and then run that over the whole beat.
Yeah. And then the huge fucking distorted drums going like fucking, yeah, it's great.
And his throwbacks to the 90s. Like, do you ever pick up on those beats that are like, oh, you borrowed this from something?
I mean, I would have to re-listen, but that's definitely believable, because I mean, he's been doing this since like the 90s, like company flow, shit like that. Like he's been out here for a long, long time. So
yeah,
that identity is definitely coming through.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to Company Flow, go listen to that. 7 Steps to, was it 7 Steps to?
I can't remember.
Company Flow, 7 Steps. Let me find it. 8 Steps to Perfection. It's a banger. It's so good.
Yeah. Anything even sort of Def Jux is just like actually good. It's one of those record labels that existed that just put out good shit. Like Cannibal Ox's The Cold Vein or whatever it's called is one of the best hip hop albums. One of the best one-shot fucking hip hop albums to ever come out. I think that's all they did. But they made a banger and just left.
That's the most gangster shit.
Truly.
Yeah.
One of the best hip hop love songs is I forgot what it's called. F Word. The F Word. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. The F Word. I agree. All right. Well, we somehow tied it back to being counterculture, LP being counterculture within his own culture, not even the broader sense of the mainstream, and becoming the mainstream as a result of being counterculture.
Yeah, enjoying his best success of his entire life in the past 10 years, which is such a strange thing to think about for a person who's been around for 30 years now, 30 plus years. He's been grinding away.
Yeah, and he never broke from his style. He never sold out.
And it was finally his style that got him across the line and pushed, with the help of Killer Mike, of course, who's an incredible lyricist. Like,
yeah,
best tag team for 2 summers, you know.
Wait, hang on.
Jaw Runners Incorporated. Yeah,
you got hit me.
Wait. There we go.
All right, Layozi, let's wrap this up. It's been fun chatting with you. Where can people follow you?
At Layozi on everything. Follow me on TikTok if anyone's actually out there. Like, because I'm making some fun shit over there. Short form nostalgia farming shit, but not in like a bad way. I just like to look back and have a laugh about what happened back then. You know what I mean?
It's good content. It's engaging. It's funny. It's well made.
Thank you.
Like visually engaging.
That is primarily what I'm trying to go for. Like, I don't want to just pump out content. I'm trying to make stuff that's like short, but actually like produced in a decent, relatively well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
All your strengths are there. So follow Layozi on TikTok. It's just Layozi?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
At Layozi or whatever they do over there.
Yeah. And hit him at on YouTube. He's got some good shit there.
Sure.
Gang stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah. All right. Well, it's been good talking to random people. You're not random, Danielle. And LaRue, Valora LaRue, you're not random. Have a good day.
Thanks for being here.